So I met Jim years ago, actually at UMass Amherst. He was a friend of a friend, and we hit it off right away because of our fondness of cigars. That pretty much was a hit off, and then from there we didn't mix sort of business and friendship until much later on. And at that point, it sort of made sense to use him for almost everything. So Jim now covers all my properties. He covers everything for Atlantic Mechanical. Everything we do is an HVAC company, and has been absolutely fantastic. All appointment has been awesome. So anytime I need anything, I can hit him up immediately. He gets back to me immediately, and everything that I need from my customers comes back immediately. It's been great. Cannabis operates in a very unique space, especially for HVAC purposes. You're talking about not just what's considered comfort cooling, but process cooling. So you have to be aware of both latent and comfort heat loads. So things like understanding humidity gets lost in almost every single calculation for design. So you have to know that from the very beginning, exactly what your watering schedule is, what the plants are going to be planted, the frequency for which you're going to be watering, and the amount that you're using. So once you know what your daily value is, you have to then take that out of the air. And almost 99% gets evaporated throughout the air based on the size and use of the lighting system. So we have to make sure that that's built into it. Now, most places will calculate for just the comfort cooling, just what the heat load would be based on the space. Taking that out requires either a reheat system or a separate dehumidification system. Understanding where your prime grow space is, which is between 40 and 60%, is ideal. If you move outside of that, you either risk mold or slow growth, and that depends on the amount of humidity for a relative basis. Actually, my favorite is we came in behind a contractor who designed a system. They completely messed up the way that it was supposed to be designed, just based on, again, a space calculation. So they took a heat load based on the size of the room and what they thought the heat lamps were giving off. Didn't take into account the total heat load with the heat lamps running 24/7, which they will do in frequency, and then they didn't take into account the humidity. So what ended up happening was they had a mold problem. And we went in there, fixed it entirely for them, and then did 2 other grow rooms for them after that, which worked perfectly since then, with redundancy so that they never go down, and taking into account how they were going to grow their plants. I mean, what everyone misses is that you have to talk to your head cultivator before you get started. And if you don't do that, you don't know what it is that their goals are, and you have to tailor your solution to what the head cultivator is trying to build. I don't want to call it personal interest, but there's a way to say that. I guess, knowing that it was something that's expanding, it was one of those things where our expertise in indoor agriculture, because we've done other projects similar, kind of played into it, and it had a barrier to entry for other companies. It's too complicated for just anyone to enter. So we already had expertise doing something similar, and we thought it made sense to kind of enter the space, train our guys in that area, and make sure that we were the experts for what it is that we were doing. And since we already had a foothold in it, it made perfect sense to move forward.